The sourdough discard cinnamon roll focaccia is an amazing mashup of two delicious all-time favorites. Full recipe is on my blog, so I'll only hit the highlights here. Yes, we are using commercial yeast, even though we're using sourdough discard. That's going in right there. You can also make a substitution to use active sourdough starter and no commercial yeast. This dough is going to be very wet and shaggy. You could not knead it if you wanted to. Once it's mixed, you're going to cover this, let it rise for 2 to 3 hours until it's doubled in size. And then we're gonna butter the pan. Normally you would do olive oil for a focaccia, but since this is sweet, we're using butter. I'm shaping the dough just a little bit so it rises in the shape of the pan, and then you're gonna cover this again for the second rise. While that rises, you will make the topping. You're gonna melt butter with brown sugar and cinnamon and mix that all up. Let this cool a little bit before you pour this onto the dough. After the second rise, get your hands slightly wet and you'll press dimples into the dough. Pour that cinnamon sugar mixture over top. It's gonna look a little bit funky, but trust the process here. While that focaccia bakes, you'll go ahead and whip up the frosting. After the focaccia comes out of the oven, let it cool just a little bit, otherwise the frosting will melt right off. But you're gonna slice it and then drizzle the frosting on top. You have the texture of a focaccia with the sweetness of a cinnamon roll. So good. You can grab the recipe for this sourdough discard cinnamon roll focaccia on my blog.